Going?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. Happy that it's Friday.
Me too. Me too.
Do you
Hey,
have any?
thanks for offering to be on the call today.
Oh yeah, I figured I'd be sitting at my desk anyway, so might
Yeah,
as well join.
me too. Me working and it's a last minute cancellation, but can't be avoided. So
Yeah. How did the conference go from y'all's end?
our statewide,
Yeah.
oh, amazing. When we're in person, we get about 350 registrations, and then we don't get that great of a, we don't get that full attendance because all of a sudden it's nice out in the afternoon. And, if you got to physically walk someplace, it's different. But we had 1,150 people register for this. And we had, it was more than statewide. We had people from Florida, Minnesota, California, North Carolina. Someone called in from Guantanamo Bay.
What?
Yeah, she was a staff person at Crane that was stationed there for work that she's currently doing. So, and one of our speakers was from Australia. So we would have never had that reach in a in-person conference. So now the challenge is, how do we create an accommodating space next year that brings back some in-person, which is valuable for people, but also still offers some remote capacity for people to join us from far away. So yeah, it was really, really great.
That's awesome. Yeah, I had I forget, I deleted the app off my phone once we were done, but the app, that's great.
His was great. We vetted a couple, we did our research. The only thing that didn't work, and we were, I think, the first to test it live, was one night they had a networking table feature. Hi, Peter. That did not, it didn't work. Like, it ended up being a disaster for that networking thing. And then we had to pivot in the next night and do a Zoom, just do it via Zoom and breakout rooms and manage it ourselves. But, other than that, everything else worked great. Peter, I didn't see you on any of the correspondence. So I'm not sure you caught that Nichelle is ill today. And we did a call for votes on whether or not we should try to continue without her or postpone till May. And we all decided, there was enough votes to just say, let's postpone. Okay. Nicole and I just offered to be on the call in case we have any public community members join, because it was too close to the start of the meeting to give enough notice for a full cancellation.
Okay.
So you're welcome to hop back off if you like, or.
Sure. I think I will, but Michelle and Nicole, is there anything that I can do for the commission while you have my captive attention?
Yeah, I think, like Nichelle said, that most of today's agenda was going to be around sort of leadership development and planning and thinking about where we're going to go this year. And so more of a retreat-ish kind of brainstorming session.
Sure.
So that's another reason why it wouldn't make sense to proceed with that agenda without her. So yeah. As far as I know, I don't have anything, Nicole. Oh, sorry about my cuckoo clock. It's 12. I'm going to mute.
That's amazing.
Just so you all know, this is one of the only times that a public servant has said, "What can I do?" and people have said nothing.
No, I said, "Don't know yet. We'll get back to you." Let's be clear. I think obviously one big challenge for us is I'm sure you read that Ivy Tech is not going to continue with us with the girls coding camp. They're going in a new direction. And so for us, the challenge will be how do we continue? We certainly have done it without funding before. It certainly was nicer to host it with funding and with their partnership, because one of the significant pieces that they brought was the instructing staff. So, I mean, I'm sure we can find qualified people to instruct, but we would be probably looking for pro bono instruction rather than some compensation. I think part of what they used that grant money for was to compensate their staff for their time. So, we're going to have to start thinking about that, because I think that's a pretty strong program that this commission runs that we would want to continue.
Yeah.
I think the next big expensive thing for that program is the intern staff that gets paid, but that comes from my office. We will continue that support, but we're not in a position to also then absorb cost for instructing staff.
Do you know
Hi,
what that,
Jessica.
Hi, Jessica. Do you know what that cost is, like on an annual basis?
Yeah, I'm not sure. And I think it would be up to us to decide what we would pay. Now, I'm sure Ivy Tech had did a percentage of their current salaries, because I did notice when I reviewed their budget that they, the information they provided to us, they may have compensated different instructors differently based on their level at their institution, which of course would make sense because they just did a proportion of their time. That doesn't mean that's how we would have to pay it in the future.
Okay. All right.
But, I think that, Jessica, Peter was asking about things he could help with. And I was just giving him an overview of what I think is one big thing we need to be talking about soon, very soon, is what will we do with Girls Coding Camp, realizing now that Ivy Tech will not be a partner in the future. So, and I was saying we've done this before without money, but one of the things that they brought to us that we will have to replace or find new staff is instructors, and then how we compensate, or if we compensate, perhaps there's people who are interested to do it pro bono. And Jessica, I also didn't see that you replied this morning. I don't know if you got the message, but Nichelle was sick. And so then we queried what we wanted to do, and the critical mass of people said, let's postpone, but because it was so close to the start of the meeting, Nicole and I offered to hop on and make sure there were to check to see if any community members joined us, because they would have had enough advance notice.
Thanks, Michelle. And I didn't see that. I've been away from my computer all morning, and I just hopped on to get
Good
to this
for
meeting.
you.
Yeah. So.
Very rarely do we get to get away from our computers.
Yeah.
Good for you. All right. So.
All right, well, I'm going to hop off, but
okay.
Yeah, let me know what I can do.
All right. So be thinking about instructors for Girls Coding Camp, Peter.
CWIT, right? Have we talked to CWIT?
Well, I am CWIT. Well, I mean, I'm not CWIT, but.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, we provide, when I said we provide the funding for all of the interns who work with that, that's me. So, we're certainly not prepared to then absorb, but we're already doing a pretty big chunk. So we probably want to explore other avenues.
All right. I'll put my thinking cap on.
All right. Thanks, Peter.
All right. Yep. Talk to y'all soon.
Thanks, Peter. Bye. The girls coding camp is concerning, and it's a big issue that we need to figure out. I mean, all I know is that Ivy Tech is no longer a part of it, and we don't have any funding, basically, other than we don't have any dollars, any real dollars.
Right. And honestly, I wasn't sure if they were renewing their contract with Verizon or not, if they were even getting, it was kind of a one-time deal. So I don't know if they're just going to try to continue in the way that they want to design that, renew their grant. I don't know. I think we may have been in the same boat either way, whether or not Ivy Tech was with us.
Yeah.
So the question of applying for a new grant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is what it is. All right. I don't have any fresh ideas to tell you, but
yeah, well, and you know what, this isn't, he just asked a question. So there's no agenda here.
No agenda. Yep.
Nicole and I are just here waiting to make sure that there are no community members. So if you feel free, Jessica, if you got things to get to, hop off the call. I think they said we should wait 10 minutes. I might leave it open, a little bit longer than that just to make sure, but
yeah.
Actually I should check the chat. There's a few things in here. Oh, okay.
I've been processing tax bills all morning. So I have been here, but I've been in analog mode, opening envelopes and matching checks with coupons.
Like that. Hey, I got, of course, I live in the county, so I got your text.
Mhm.
Offline, I have a question for you.
Okay, sounds good.
I got a letter. We got our letter in the mail from you as well with your name on the top. I was like, I know her.
Yeah,
She's famous.
yeah. Monroe County famous for taking your money.
Yeah. Supposed to go.
All right, yes, Michelle, email me.
I will.
What township are you in?
Van Buren.
Are you in Van Buren?
Yeah.
Your taxes went up because of the Monroe Fire District.
Oh, that's not my question.
Okay.
Someone who hasn't, the original owner of the house continues to get his tax mail here, and I don't even know his mailing address. So I don't know why. Hopefully it's not for the same address, and I didn't open it, but.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's another common problem that we'll look into that. I'll get us, now that I know that's what it is, I can get pretty far into that just from that information.
Okay, great.
See what I can do. All right, thanks guys.
What I could do is I'll email you the name.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
All right,
Thanks. Jessica. All right, bye.
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 Bye, Nicole.
Take care.
You too.
So Nicole, what are you working on right now for work? What's going on in your life?
I'm a PhD student, so I'm trying to get together an article and or dissertation proposal to present to my department in 3 weeks.
Okay, well, I hope you're at the tail end of that, not the beginning stages.
I just did a practice presentation. I have a class on Friday morning, so I just did a practice presentation on it and got some phenomenal feedback. And so
Great.
gonna incorporate that, but still it's kind of to bury your research soul in a way.
Yeah,
to people who are so much smarter than you is an exercise in humility. And
it is. You got to build a tough skin for sure. And then when you're in their place, you remember what it's like to be in your place. And the feedback's important, but delivery can be on that message can be key.
Yeah.
You can either use it to tear someone down or build someone up.
Yeah, it's definitely an exercise in figuring out how to communicate professionally and compassionately.
Yes.
Because pretty much everybody who's listening to my research has gone through this process. And so hopefully, I don't know, it's been interesting. Yeah, but no, it's going well. And I'm really looking forward to summer when I can sleep in and, clean my house maybe every once in a while.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm actually not dreading. It is nice to not have the mad rush to commute. So I do still go in once a week to the office because I think it's important that we have the office open occasionally. But to not have to do that every day has really been a joy because you really think about how much that just the rushing to get out of the house, getting your lunch, getting dressed more formally. That's a big chunk of your day that I don't have to worry about so much from home. And it still feels good to get out occasionally, but to not have to do it 5 days a week has been nice.
Yeah. And I find that I finish a lot of my work earlier than I'm hourly, so I can control my own schedule as a student. And so I like not having to sit in an office for 10 hours if I've already finished my work in 7.
Oh, right.
It's very nice to have that flexibility.
Yeah, it is.
We'll see what the new normal is pretty soon.
We will. And I think it's going to be a hybrid.
That would be phenomenal. I would really enjoy the opportunity to work 2 or 3 days from home and then 2 or 3 days in the office, either way.
Are you in your own space or do you have a fake background?
I'm in my own space.
Sewing machine, I see.
Yeah, I do a lot of sewing, quilting, garments.
Nice.
Like that. It's a little more organized than it usually is. Do you sew?
I sew, but not a ton. Now I mostly sew for repairing because it's just
so expensive.
yeah, it's more expensive sometimes to make your own clothes by the time you buy all the materials.
Yeah.
But, you know, I enjoy it. But I do it mostly to repair, you know, I just hemmed curtains, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm about to-
daughter gets a nice long gown, it's too long, needs to be hemmed, that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's a super great skill to have. That's how I made money when I was an undergrad. I would do
Oh.
things like that for people.
Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom quilts though.
Oh my
You
goodness.
know, maybe when I'm not working full time, I might, you know, then I might go back to that and do, you know, more fun things. I inherited my husband's mother. So my mother-in-law's Bernina, and she also gave me a serger.
Yeah.
I only used that once or twice. That really takes regular use to remember how to use it. But some nice equipment. So when I'm not working full time, which is a long way off, maybe I'll get back to that. Nicole, I think we probably have waited long enough. We're like, they said only 10 minutes. I felt a little bit better with 15, but Katz, if you're listening, I think we're past the time that we needed to hold this open for community. So I think that we'll go ahead and close it. And thank you for being here, and sorry about the last minute change. We're not rescheduling our meeting. We will just resume in our May meeting. So thank you. And I see your chat, so appreciate it. Nicole, good catching up. Enjoy your weekend.
You as well.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Take care.
All right. Bye.